All I wanted to do is just talk about education on the highway. That's it. Safety on the
Okay,
highway.
all right. Well, I know enough. I'm a grown man. I know enough to get out of the fast lane. I figured you had somewhere to go, so I was like, go ahead.
Trying.
Well.
And for over a mile, you've been in that lane. You've been able to move over. So, in the future, just like I said, just move over and let traffic go. If you want to drive the speed limit, drive the speed limit. Move over, let traffic proceed. Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right. Mr. Firmoil, I'm fair. I would like to be fair. I would hope you think I'm fair.
Fair would have been just to keep on going the way you were going, because I didn't do anything really.
But I believe in education.
I mean, okay, all right. You educated me.
That's all I believe in.
Okay.
Okay? Do you have marijuana in the car?
I do.
Where's your marijuana at? When's the last time you smoked it?
This morning, probably.
This morning?
When I get up.
Okay. Well, real quick, I'm going to have you step out and check you out. Make sure you're not under the influence.
All right.
Because it's strong in here. Is your dog going to stay in the car?
This is why you can't even make small talk with a cop, because he's not your friend. He tricks you into saying things that you don't even mean to say. Now this man's out of his car with 2 bad hips, trying to do some sort of field sobriety test for this copper. All because he admitted that he had smoked some marijuana earlier in the morning. You see how they do that? Don't feel bad if you get duped by one of these coppers, because they're highly trained into duping people. They're used to lying and being like scam artists. More about field sobriety tests in just a moment.
Are you a convicted felon? What's your reasonable cause?
This is Live Free or Die, and he loves his guns and he loves his fishing. And in Florida, the only time you can open carry any sort of weapon is if you're walking towards the fishing hole, or at the fishing hole, or walking away from the fishing hole or hunting area. And that's exactly what he did. Except, when people see AK-47s strapped to your back and you're walking along a roadway, they don't take too kindly to that, and they always call the cops. And they always come to ask him questions. They're allowed to ask, but he doesn't have to answer. Only if they have reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. Today, they don't have that. But will they find out who he is? Let's find out.
Then I'll come back so you guys can't, so that it doesn't seem like I'm running away or nothing. Because I know y'all recording, I'm recording too.
I can see that.
Yep. So my question to you is, you're asking if I'm a convicted felon. You're probably wanting to know my age. What makes you think that what's your RAS for saying that I am a convicted felon? And what is your RAS to think that I am underage? RAS, reasonable, articulable suspicion.
So, I can ask you things, can I?
You can, but and I do not have to answer, correct? Right? We're agreeing so far. So far agreeing. Your name, please, and badge number?
St. Peter Samano, 3525.
3525, and name, I couldn't hear that.
Samano.
Riz Samano?
Yep.
Okay. My bad. I got the wind. I got these cars. I'm going to reach for a cigarette very slowly. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I know where I'm stopping on the way home. Get more.
What are you going to do with the fish when you caught them?
Depending on size, because I know about the limitations on bringing a fish home.
I'm not concerned about that.
Still.
That's up to you.
Well, I'm still going to answer accordingly to the regulations of it, if it is within the size that I'm allowed to take with me in my vehicle. Or walk. However, just going to grab it. Gut it, take it home, eat it. But if it's too small, throw it back in. Or just use it as bait. But this one I'm using now, finger mullet.
Well, you have a nice day, good citizen.
Well, that sounded nice.
Have a nice day, good citizen.
But a few minutes later...
Oh, you dirty mother... On camera, right there. Ran my plates. For what reason? I'd love to know. Oh, yeah. So why are we running my plates? So why are we running my plates? With no crime. Why did you run my plates? Why did you run my plates? Because I didn't tell you who I was? I'm asking. You can answer my question. You can answer my question. This is what we do. I guess this is what we do, guys. So that's what you do when the people ask you questions? That's what you do?
What can I do to help you today, sir?
By answer, you can answer my question.
What can I do to help you today?
Answer my question.
What can I do to help you?
That's what you can do to help. You can answer my question.
Done?
Huh?
We done.
Now, until my question's answered, that's a negative.
Just because they can't do something doesn't mean that they will not. Fifth Amendment protects you from self-incrimination or snitching on yourself. So if you remain silent, you can't be forced to answer their questions, and you can't accidentally tell on yourself either. But you can actually snitch on yourself without talking, and a field sobriety test is one of those ways. Sobriety tests help the district attorney build a case against you. And even a sober person looks terrible taking one. Don't help them build a case against you. Refuse to take the field sobriety test. Refuse the breathalyzer. You may have to take the blood test, but they need a court order signed by a judge. And by the time you get to the hospital for that blood test, that evidence may be gone.
Yep. Yeah, it's their First Amendment rights, so they can follow up.
Hey, tell him the truth. He didn't have to do none of those tests. The only thing he's required to do in Arizona is a breathalyzer or a blood draw. That's the law.
Actually not required
That
to
is.
do the breathalyzer.
Well, you're right. You can refuse that, but you have to do the blood draw. Otherwise, your license is going to get revoked for a year. It's either or. Hey, but at least you know what you're talking about. Hey man, now all that stuff you did is on their body cam. That'll be in court. Ain't that right, officer?
Sorry, what was your question?
I said all this evidence that, or all this dance that he just did, that's evidence against him in court, right?
That's not up to me to decide.
It's not up to you to decide. Why were you doing the test then? What was the point of it if not to create evidence, right? I mean, you already had it in your mind you were going to arrest him. You just wanted to create a better case by making him do some evidence, right?
That's not up to me.
Am I wrong? I mean, it's not a decision thing. That's your job, right? Am I wrong? Guess I'm not wrong. You in the passenger seat, you do not have to identify. If they've been asking you for your ID, I wouldn't give it to them. Am I getting shit talked to from the back of a police cruiser? Yeah, you want to audit to Taco Bell tomorrow? Huh? Yeah, I heard him. I thought that was a dude talking shit from the cruiser. Why are you guys talking shit in secret over here? I'm right here, bud. You got something you want to say? I'm all ears.
I wasn't
No?
talking to you at all.
Oh, okay. That's probably smart.
Yes, that's probably really smart. Remember, never self-incriminate. That Fifth Amendment is there to protect you. Don't tell on yourself. Don't talk to them. Don't do field sobriety tests. Don't do it. It's your rights.